because certainly if you're comfortable with backup strats of any sort, it's very easy to kind of shift back into them than it is to kind of be the type of runner that's always going full tilt and suddenly have to pull back.
Most definitely. All right, good luck, boys.
Here we go again. What's your least favorite part of the start of Concrete Man stage?
Well, if you've ever seen any of my runs into this game, you'll know that I'm probably in the lower 2% of my mashing ability of the world, so I do not like the elephants. This stuff is negotiable for me until it's elephant time. So it's about the only part of the stage I don't really care for.
I was definitely saying earlier, it's probably one of the most mash-heavy parts of the game, just getting through the elephants.
Yep, it's definitely difficult, and I admire all the guys who can really get after it and fly through it, especially with the jumping mashing. That comes in handy when you get to the top of the elephant before the ball comes through.
Yeah, it's been a while since I feel like I've seen runners go all the way in here and crash through the elephant. Not that I've paid the most attention to the record strats, but I know that's definitely one trick for getting close to the edge of the screen before those elephants get exploded. This isn't like Mega Man 4 mini bosses where you can just kind of find the edge of the screen and skip them entirely, so they do need to die.
Well, I know Jack has a little bit of an issue because he's left-handed, and it's a little bit hard for his right hand to mash with his hand, so sometimes he has to flip his controller around. You'll see him especially do that with the Magma Dragon in the next round to really get it to go quickly. He'll actually flip his controller up and down.
That is an impressive fact. Alright, we still have 8-Bit's audio. We'll switch back right after this, but for now, Concrete Man. 8-Bit in a little bit of trouble here with the 2 hit points.
Uh-oh.
It's a lot of bit of trouble now. Yeah, Concrete Man, you really do have to stare him down and just kind of not flinch, and it is not the easiest thing to do. It's probably the #1 reason to try to not take damage boost early in the stage, but if that's slower, you know, you have to pick where you're going to lose time.
You never know what you're going to get with the RNG as far as Concrete goes. He has probably about, I would say, what, 5 patterns or so where he gets really jumpy, and you always want to see him charge. That's where you can get your most damage in quickly.
I think it's after at most 3 things he will fire more concrete blocks.
Yep.
And that's like the only real rhyme or reason to it. I don't know what the set of 3 in between can possibly be.
I know he does a charge, and I think it just varies on how much he'll do his jumping. Sometimes he just gets crazy and wants to show off his freak athleticism for a big guy.
But HJA going for the skip here, not able to get it. Saves probably what? Actually nothing because he froze the beam.
Yeah, it only saves time if you get through that second one.
Yeah. I think getting through the first one without the second one is like frames, but once you freeze the second one, you can't go. You've lost time. You don't want to save those frames, you want to save the seconds.
Yep. So those fire towers, when they get you, they get you. They seem to lock in on you depending on what pattern they're going to shoot out. And once they hit you once, it seems like they get you again.
8-Bit waited there, and we're going to blame the controller. Always blame the equipment. Jump button not working out for him there.
Oh, absolutely. Jack got the beam this time.
Yeah, Jack is 2 for 2 on the beam. 8-Bit is, I forget if he went for it the second time, but he didn't get it every time. So Jack, like we were kind of saying, first race, get the butterflies out. He's a major threat now.
Yep, he's opened up a pretty substantial lead right now, early on, but you never know with this game. Every stage can get you at some point, so it's anybody's race still.
Definitely, especially with this health situation. Looks like he's gonna wrap it up, but that was scary for a little bit. Felt like he had one of those fights where Magma Man just kept jumping into him.
Yeah, you got to keep your distance, but you Definitely don't want to hug them, but you keep your distance a little bit, it increases your chances to get more shots off. And optimally, you're going to want to get 3 hits in on Magma before you jump, so you got to be careful. He does take a lot of damage.
28 hit points, I believe, our classic Mega Robot Masters tend to have. 8-bit taking a little too safe there. Ends up with a frozen magma beam. I do like people have talked about it. You can see the sparks when you're right up against them to kind of give you a little bit of a warning. You probably should stop moving now.
Yeah. That's one thing that I get a little too aggressive with it, I know. I always end up dead there. I just don't even bother, but I do like that. At least it tips you off a little bit. Jack going to Hornet third to do the safety for Galaxy, so in case if he gets stuck on those little head grabbers, he can bust his way out with the Hornet. He usually goes Galaxy third.
I feel like he's kind of 0 for 3 now on flowers and getting good luck. I forget what his Wily 2 flower looked like at this point.
Oh, he had the 3 and 9 o'clock flower?
He's been getting a lot of 9 o'clocks.
Alright, 8-bits through Magma.
HJA through that room again with those platforms. That room is like very scripted. It's easier than it looks, but you do have to pay attention to learn it. HJ, no problem with that jump over the wall this time. Just couldn't get it, had to abandon the effort last time.
Onto Hornet, a scripted fight, but it's not as scripted as it looks. That was a really good kill. Nice shot,
yeah.
HJA.
Is there any trick that you know of to getting the triple hits in? I feel like it's just get in his face, but sometimes I just don't see that life drain off quite that fast.
I've watched Polytopes in practice actually get him just as he's hitting the ground on the right side from that first before he moves across the center of the stage. I don't know how he does it. It's amazing, but you just gotta hit him as hard as you can with the triple beam.
So 8-bit having some good luck here with the head grabbers. He did have some bad luck last time with the last one. We'll see how that works out for him this time. Of course, HJA just starting out the stage 4th compared to 8-bit's 3rd. And Galaxy, of course, the rush coil of the stage of this game.
This is my favorite stage to run in this game. I just love it. There's a lot of little tricks of the trade, but it seems like it's pretty easy to execute once you've done it a few times, and it's just a lot of fun to run through it. At least I enjoy it.
I have fun right up until that last screen. That's the only terrifying piece. Plus, it's got great music.
Yeah, there's a lot of bangers in Mega Man 9. If you don't like this game to play it or whatever, if you think it's too difficult or it's not your style, you can't disagree that the music's on point.
8-bit, no trouble this time with
Nice
that last screen. Wasting some cement shots for swag. Not like we need them. It's going to follow 8-bit's fight here because HJA is in a pretty safe section of the stage. A few stray shots there, but you got him.
One to spare.
Honestly, I was a little more worried. I thought Galaxy was going to make it up to the top of the screen again, and we'd have to sit through that pattern one more time.
Jack does it the fancy way.
2 for 2 on that.
He's always been really solid on that.
Let's see if we can get
Nailed it.
nice. 2 swoops of Galaxy, part of this complete breakfast. Now we were talking a little bit about Jack using flipping the controller around to get that dominant left hand as the mashing hand on some of these sections. Jack actually, as long as we're talking about his controller usage here, this game came out in 2008, so it's on the original Wii, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, that era of consoles and controllers, although it is on Legacy Collection 2 now. Jack is playing on a Wii, and he is actually using an NES Classic controller because it has the Wiimote plug on the end of it. It works with this game. And let me tell you something, that he was showing it off at SGDQ 19 last year. It feels great on this game.
Does it really?
Oh yeah, it's nice. Beautiful. Another mash heavy screen for Jack here by choice.
8-bit negotiating through Hornet just fine.
Switching back to Buster for this section, it would be the next best choice since using Concrete, you do have to kind of have exact ammo almost. You have one shot to spare. So going back to Buster, if you're not comfortable with that rollout platform section, not a bad idea at all. It just means that you have more menuing if you want to use Concrete later. HJA, no problems with the cheese ball. Do you think there's too many spikes in Jewel Man stage? Because I've always thought there's too many spikes in this stage.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. To be honest, there's a little too much, especially the side walls. Like right there, that jump that Jack just did, I can't tell you how many times I've kissed the ceiling when you're trying to jump on the platform.
Don't get me started on the spike swing.
Easy
as that screen is, it's just terrifying.
Alright, 8-bit through. Hornet, good kill for him.
Very nice, very nice.
He stabilized a little bit after that little bit of a rough magma.
And I think he's in it now to win it as well. HJA, really this whole second race has just been dominating it.
Yeah, this is the HJA I'm used to watching on his streams all the time. He's just playing it through very smooth, executing well. I'm very impressed with 8-bit because I know him from the X series, but I don't think he's been playing 9 very long. He's doing a great job already being in the 34 club.
So Jack and I were actually talking a little bit right before the race started that we did the seedings and it feels like 8-bit is just crushing it still and just getting better and better every day. I mean, we see that a lot in speedrun tournaments. Somebody just comes out of nowhere and suddenly has like a top tier time. That's a good thing. That's what we're doing it for in the community here.
Absolutely, and I know that his skill set with 8-bit, he just knows how to play Mega Man games. I think a lot of it, when you look at when you're running these games, it's all about movement. Some people just make it look faster than others. While some maybe looks like Mega Man has cement shoes on, others just kind of flow through the stage, and he definitely has that capability in that style because he's just very good and he knows how this game operates, and he can really lower his time if he keeps sticking at this, and I think he should. I mean, if he's really enjoying it, may as well, because he definitely has the talent to take this into the 32 range.
And we look forward to seeing that. We do get the top 2 people in each group moving on. HJ, the top seed in that group, but 8-bit, I believe, is still the second seed in there. So we'll see what happens. HJ, again, actually having a really good Plugman stage, nailing those cycles. We talked about it last race a little bit. That whole, the Yoku blocks start appearing based on the time spent in the stage from the very beginning. Also, again, HJA wants no part of that energy tank. Going to save the time and keep going.
Let's see if he can get Big Mama.
Big Mama being this giant robot here. Going to jump over it.
Run's valid.
Nice. How tight is that jump?
The one that he had right there is a little bit easier to negotiate, but I want to say it's I don't know if it's frame perfect to get the top one, but if it's not, it's darn close. That jump is really hard to time, and it's very difficult to pull off, especially when it gets to the big one.
Good kill.
On the plug goes 8-bit. I think he's making up a little bit of ground here. Surprisingly to say, because I think, HJ has been playing very smooth. But
I'm not sure how much ground really HJA is given, but 8-bit is definitely not giving it, making the gap any bigger, at least until he took that jump right there.
Yeah, because I wanted to say that they weren't on the... There was a point that they were more than a stage apart. Maybe I'm wrong.
Last race, I think there definitely was. This race, they're kind of sticking it pretty close together. 8-bit there, just waiting for the cycle to come back. I think it's 4 seconds a cycle, so that's definitely 4 seconds gone. But it's also peace of mind that you're not going on an off part of the cycle, and that you can execute the rest of the stage the same way. Granted, he's crashing Rush Jet into some of these blocks. I guess that's just the way he knows how to do it, and that's fine.
Yep, it seems like there's about 3 ways to do it. The Rush Jet at the very beginning when you land on that platform, depending if you use it at all in the first part of the Yoku blocks, and 8-bit does it a little bit of the more unconventional way, but he gets the job done, that's for sure.
If you get through the stage relatively quickly, that's all you can really ask for.
Especially Plug, because that's not easy to negotiate. Oh.
Again, no! He had a similar death in the last race.
Oh, no.
Same game over as well. And that is really kind of the primary cause of the giant gap in the first race. HJA having a better bubble skip this time, not really falling down any screens at all. And like we said, HJA is just putting on a top-tier run. Anybody would have a hard time with this.
Jack's an incredible player, and he's definitely close to joining that 31 club, a very elite club. He's right there.
He just needs RNG to favor him at the Wiley Casino. And he will get that. 8-bit trying to push that cycle again there, just ended up in a bad situation. And onto the spikes again.
HJA with the very quick splash kill. Nice job.
He makes it look easy, and that kill, I mean, it's not that killing Splash Woman with Hornets is especially hard. It's that killing Splash Woman with Hornets fast is tricky at best.
Yep, and that's the exact place you want to get her if you want to do it optimally, is to get her in that top left corner. And it's tough to do. It's, you know, you gotta play with enough shots to get her, but also play with the iframes too, and it's an art. I need to learn how to do it.
Yeah, same. 8-bit kind of sneaking past one of these blocks at the top here. Used a lot of Rush Jet ammo. We're gonna be curious to see how he manages the second half of the stage as HJA. He did this in the first race. He's almost definitely gonna do it now. Going for the crazy strat here. Oh my god, that spike jump. Looks like 8-bit couldn't quite get past the last couple of Yoku blocks again.
That is such a frustrating stage. I feel for him, because I know exactly what he's going. That Plug stage can just treat you so rough.
Yeah, I think he thought about jumping straight into the pit to sort of reset the weapon energy on across another game over. Which, honestly, for a stage like this, would not have been the worst decision.
Okay,
Makes it this time. Actually has the option, and he's going to take it to get this E-Tank again. I think those convey across game over, so he should have 2 E-Tanks now.
Yeah, I think did they stop doing that in Mega Man 2, where they took them away if you game over?
I think they started and stopped.
Yeah.
Oh no. 8-bit's in chat.
No.
Just can't get the timing right today, it looks like. And sometimes it just happens. Nothing you can do about it, and you just want to burn the tape and move on. We've all had those races.
Absolutely. Bronado.
Tornado. Yeah, Bronado. Staying on the ground so those plug balls just all connect.
Alright, HJA is going to make it into the Wiley Castle now.
You know, now that I actually hear Bronado and see that emote at the exact same time, it clicks.
Yeah, I think it works out pretty well. I know Jack likes to call him Tornado Bro, and a lot of people do, but I can't take credit for Bronado, but I heard that, and it stuck with me for sure. I like it. Flows
Bronade
well.
bro?
Yeah, Tornado Bro.
No, Bronade bro. I'll go home now.
No, it's fine. I liked it.
You don't have to humor me, it's okay. Hey, it's Wiley1.
Jack opts to go through it with the Buster. I know there's some strats that will use the Jewel Satellite. I'm a fan of that too because I don't get the timing well of the rocks. And I want to say 8-bit does from what I've watched him. He uses Jewel Satellite there.
Jewel is relatively free, so it's 31 strats to kind of push through it with Buster and hold right and make it. Jewel, I mean, you lose a little bit of time to the menu, and you lose a little bit of time to the M tank later because now there's ammo to refill there. You also get to get peace of mind on that screen.
Yep.
Good plug kill from 8-bit. Crazy mashing from HJA. Do you like lava beams?
Well, when I don't hit them, I do. They hurt.
Just a little bit.
Jack motoring on through.
This screen, I forgot to talk about it last race. You can full jump off that ladder. You will not hit those spikes. So don't worry about the jump. Just go for it. It's one of those pieces of information about this game that's like the common knowledge of a speedrun that nobody really explains all the time. You just kind of eventually hear it from somebody. So there you go.
Pushers are going to push early here.
Pusher's gonna push. You know, if he gets a 32-01 now because of this pusher fight, I'll help him destroy the game. Not that there's a cartridge to do anything to.
Oh boy. Pushers are
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Pusher's gonna push.
I like that strat from 8-bit. I was watching his run earlier, and I really struggle with that part there, and getting the rush jet, timing it out, I usually have trouble with the Met there, but I like how he just takes the damage boost and uses his iframes to get through. Sniper Joe there. Might have to start incorporating that. It's a good idea. Wily 2. Magma and Wily 2, I think, are the two stages that 9 runners fear the most. At least I...
Magma, I feel like there's like a lot of sort of fast strats that are lethal in their own right, but only if you go for them. Wily 2's problem is that it's just lethal, period.
Yep, you're playing with a lot of spikes here. You have a flower that can potentially troll you, but...
B button, why?
Jeez.
Magma remains the ultimate backup. 8-bit is through Tornado.
So is that the most effective weapon since Metal Blade or something? Because it's like the cure for everything, at least on a backup plan.
I mean, Metal Blade, pretty solid backup in a lot of situations, but I think Magma is like by far the better weapon. Unless you need to shoot it straight up. That's Metal Blade's specialty. Just like the movement through these last few screens to just hop off the ladder early, get all these jumps in. There's a lot of precision movement, even once you get past the deadly movement of the stage. This little wiggle jump even to spawn Rush Coil. lot of non-trivial jumps just to speed things up a little bit in Wily too.
Take that little damage to boost through the squishy there. Save a little bit of health there. He'll take a lot out of you, and you want to have some here for the shark, just in case. Especially with the second phase, where you're going to bonk your head on the spikes.
You know, it took me an entire race to remember that the proper word here would be missile bay. It's a bay.
That's why you're here. You just bring the knowledge.
I just completely blanked on the word in the first race. I had nothing. I think I called these bays even. Last phase is really kind of the easiest one. It's just that those lasers will hit you hard, but the shark has to be all the way on the bottom of its cycle for that lower laser to actually hit you. 8-bit has gotten through Splash.
Let's see how this fight goes for him.
More common knowledge, you're going to see HJA kind of jump at the beginning of this stage. Really, you should be seeing every runner jump at the beginning of every stage. You can actually hold the jump button as you beam into pretty much any part of the game, and it saves, what, like a handful of frames? You just start adding that up across the entire game, though. There's a couple of seconds there.
That's definitely the movement piece of it that will save you that time over from being kind of flat-footed there where he starts off.
And that, and reaching the top of a ladder, I believe, is the other one. Just take a short hop off of it.
Sometimes it's the little things that separate you.
The game is what, 60 frames a second. It saves like 5-ish frames every time you take that little hop. So every time you just add up every single ladder, beam in the game. It's free time. 6 frames. Even more.
8-bit is on to Wily 1. Let's see if he utilizes the Jewel strat here. Or if he goes... Yeah, I like the HJA there. No, he's going to go Jewel. I like this. At least it's safe. You're not going to take damage. You can just get right through.
I like this strat for no other reason, too. It shows off just how good Jewel really is as a shield. Like, so many other Mega Man games, you have a shield on, you try to do that, it's just not going to make it. The Jewel satellite is just like, nope, everything stops right here, right now, you're done.
The true weakness of a robot.
And unless you really are kind of going for those, like, record 31 level strats, like, you're probably not losing time doing that compared to what you would have done anyway.
Oh no, Jack.
No, don't do that!
Definitely a place you don't want to die is Wily 3 with all the auto-scrolling up the ceiling climb.
That, and he's already used his M-Tank too. So all those Tridents are they're just gone. That really should only come into play in Wily. Whoa, there's that beam for 8-bit. Laser Trident problem's really only going to come up for Jack on the Wily machine, probably. This section might be a little more annoying to go through, but he should be okay.
Yeah, judging by from getting through here and through concrete, he might be able to get 4 of the 7 eggs or so, but he got a nice refill.
Oh,
there.
man.
8-bit's through, that was a tough spot.
I swear, sometimes in these races, like, whoever's just kind of out in front always gets the drop they need.
Easy double part 2 for Jack here.
He's standing kind of in the spot I like to stand in, with Mega Man's back toe at the top of that little black shine lighting effect there.
Easy again.
Easy every time.
Pushers looking like they're being a little bit more friendly to 8-bit than they were to Jack here. think 8-bit, if I remember correctly, goes Buster the entire way through.
I believe he did that last time as well, yeah. I guess switching away from Jet just to make sure there's no stray weapon energy getting used. Of course, standing on the very top row, again, some free frames to save by beaming out from the top instead of the bottom. But nothing really significant, so it's just that easy to do, though. What is the lighting sequence we're looking for here?
So you're looking for the yellow to flash 4 times when it's in your sight. And just as it hits that 4th one, you want to enter the portal. And it should get Galaxy to swipe, but it has to be perfectly run through the entire stage. If you have any kind of delay throughout that, it could jeopardize your chances. So that's what Jack is looking for, is those 4 yellow flashes from the lights after he runs the stage the way that he's designed it to.
He did get his 2 scoops of Galaxy.
And it's not as easy as it looks either to get that timing down. Just a testament to how much work he's put in this game and how skilled he is.
I'm surprised his name isn't in the credits at this point.
He should have a small role somewhere. Tornado not being a bro this time.
To say nothing of, you know, Slurpee and Polly and everybody else.
8-bit with the 9 o'clock flower, but he gets through it in 1 pass. That's good.
Being able to deal with the flower's patterns is a surprisingly large part of things. HJA, no double hits there with Tornado. We might have to start tracking that through the tournament and like give out some award to whoever gets the most double hits on Magma.
It's definitely rare, so it's nice when you see it.
Jewel, no problem again. So I believe the trick with Splash Woman is that some of these Hornets are going to be fired in an unexpected direction, like that little hop to the left. That kill still baffles me every time, and it looks beautiful.
Bit making his way up to the shark here. A couple more rooms, but this will be easy to get through. Take the bullet to lessen the damage. Coil over and to the shark.
I want everyone to take a quick look over at HJA's just weapon meter to try and remember that he got that large drop the second trip through the second half of Wily 3.
And it paid off.
Lucky there. I'm told the house always wins, but I think it comped him something there.
Ran out of concrete.
He's got 1 shot left, but not the easiest thing to land 1 shot and then not have everything else ready. He just uses Magma beautifully there.
Ultimate backup. 8-bit through Jaws.
Nice low spawn for HJA. He should get another low spawn now because he took a death during the run.
Nice kill. Great job.
There it is. You always get the good patterns on the runs you don't like. But certainly HJA crushing it here with a 33-45 according to RaceBot.
Bit on the Wily 3 here. Gonna coil up here to save a little bit of time on the climb. You gotta be careful because if you're coming down, if you bunk your head on that ceiling or coming down as you transition the screen, you'll sink down and that'll waste you depending on how far you slip. Precious seconds, 3-4 seconds at least. So he did a good job of continuing going on an upward trend up the screen so he would keep climbing instead of dropping down. This is my least favorite jump right here. Oh.
That is also high on the list of just terrible jumps in this game.
It's a tough one. For a while there, I had the yips. I had to use the rush jet to get across there and menu and waste time, but it was the only way I could stay alive for probably a week or two. I would fall in that pit or I'd jump in the ceiling every time. It's a real precise jump.
I've seen a handful of people use that little jewel robot that's flying above the top too to get an extra hit in.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to damage through.
So here we go again. This screen remains awful. Still has rush coil equipped because who wants the menu? But I hate that all these screens in stages where you basically are running extra screens to just save the menu, you have to remember push B twice to shoot one shot.
Yep.
No gap jump today.
You guys a little happy place there up the track. Do a little swag dance.
You gotta do the wiggles.
Pick up his M tank here for later on.
Easy M tank grab.
Hello.
I think we have our winner here, HJA, as we're wrapping up 8-bit Wily 3.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Good runs.
Well, thank you guys for the commentary. Hoping.
Well, thank 8-bit for the first one. Or not
No.
8-bit, Cheezo Pete's. Cab.
Oh man.
I'm all over the place.
I'm thanking you both. I'm thanking you both. So yeah, no, good races. Got off to a pretty rough start there in the beginning, but no, hey.
Yeah, we were talking about it for a while as 8-bits here against the Twin Devil. I actually just want to see how this goes before we really get into things.
Same here. I want to see another easy devil.
2,
I like that little
3.
jump there. You got it.
Easy.
Nice.
I'm watching on a delay. I don't have the commentators, but yeah, easy. All right, time to
There
spam
you
the
go.
emote in chat, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, we were talking about the first race. It looked like you and 8-bit to some extent too just had all of the butterflies ever, and we have to remind you it's Hornet Man, not Butterfly Man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I get anxiety about these things. I get really nervous, whether it's a marathon or a race. I just get super shaky. It is what it is. But by the second race, I calmed down. Yeah, I felt forward to getting the second race, and you know that death in Wily 3 is I can't blame that on butterflies because you know I probably do that in 1/3 of so whatever. You know, it is what it is.
8-bit missing the jump to get the concrete refill here. Still has the M tank, I believe. So we'll see when he decides to pull it out.
He should still be able to hit him here.
Yeah, it's usually when I end up in this scenario and I still have the M tank, I actually usually line up
Oh yeah, he's good.
Galaxy for very late in the refights just to make sure I have all the concrete in the world for the
What
Wily
did I
machine.
miss? How does he have 3 E-tanks?
Oh,
He had a little bit of a problem with Plug.
Plug Man happened.
Gotcha. So he got
And it
the
happened.
E-tank twice. Yeah.
It was,
3 times even, it looks like.
Right.
Jack, we were talking about how your mashing abilities are predicated on flipping the controller. Can you explain to everybody how that works for you?
Yeah, so I didn't even realize it was a thing that I could do that. So if you guys remember the Mega Man 2 or Rockman 2 tournament, there was a tie between myself and Kumba. Where I notoriously started the alien fight, I don't know, a good like 30 seconds before he did, and my mash was just so bad because I was mashing with my right hand, and I figured, hey, you can flip your controller upside down and mash with your left hand, And yeah, that works out a lot better for me apparently. So
My God, I remember that now.
yeah,
I was calling that race.
you were calling that race. You were calling that race. I
Oh,
do recall
memories.
that. So yeah, no, that's pretty much the story behind it.
8-bit having some pretty solid refights here. He's gonna wrap this race up relatively shortly as he's in the Jewel Man now. Yeah. Oh my God. When you flip the controller around to mash, are you still getting the deep? Like, do you have any D-pad problems?
No, because I've played this game for 5,905 attempts, so I'm kind of used to it at this point. Originally, yeah, I had issues, but eventually I learned how to, hold it in the other direction to go the direction I want. So.
We marvel at your ability to kill Splash Woman at the top of the left screen, and you can usually do that pretty consistently. But how do you balance the iframes and the Hornet shots? Is there an art to it, or?
Yeah,
how do you pull that off?
so that's something I learned at SGDQ 2019. Thank you, Slurpy Ninja. So basically, I start the fight, and as soon as I take control of Mega Man, I hit B to shoot my first Hornet shot. Then I have a visual cue on the screen. I believe there's little like tiny specks on the screen underneath Mega Man's feet, and I use the second one closest to the top. And at that point, I jump and do a quick turnaround, but I can't jump too high because then you'll crash into Splash Woman. So it's a small little jump, and I shoot it to the left. I just kind of time it because the iframes for all the enemies are the same. And at that point, I am walking right, turn left, and I shoot another Hornet right into her. Then I turn right, spam 3 more, and then I jump left to finish her off. But it looks like here 8-bit's about to finish off his race, so
Yeah, I just want to say 8-bit's insane to wait so long to use that E-tank against the phase 2 there. But he stuck with it. Stuck to his bazooka. Of course, now the casino hates him.
Never change, Wiley.
Oh, change, please.
Please change Wiley.
Kidding, right?
This is where the multiple E-tanks looks like it's gonna come in handy. Even come on,
Oh,
okay,
nice.
he's gonna.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
He got hit. Oof.
That was a good
So
match
for
with
those-
that plug to get that finished off.
Oh, come on. Get him. Good. Nice. GG.
Yeah, just again crazy hanging in there. Race spot with 42-38. Like we said earlier, we've all had these races where everything goes wrong, and your reaction. Your team does this. If you're a sports fan, you go out there, you lose a game catastrophically, and you just come back next time, and that's your one loss of the season. And that's going to be 8-bit's goal from here. He's certainly capable of saying that's his bad race of the whole tournament. Let's go. Burn the tape. Don't want to see it.
Honestly, by the time he gets, I have no doubt in my mind he's going to make it to the bracket stages. And I would be shocked if he doesn't have a 33 PB by then. He is a really talented runner. He learned this game in less than a month, maybe two and a half weeks. Already has a 34, low 34 at this point. He's a threat. He's a great runner. Difficult run that last run, but he was a threat. My chat earlier can vouch. I was nervous going into this because I've been playing like crap lately, to be quite frank. So
I think even you were shocked to see how far he's made it.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
remember he just picked up the game and he bought me within like 2 weeks, and I was like, dang, I've been working on this for a few months. But
yeah,
that just shows the talent that he is, and he is very capable of getting this in the 32 range.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just like one or two problem spots across the races, and they were just bad problem spots, and that kind of caused this gap. But nothing there that can't really be cleaned up.
No, nothing.
So looking forward to his other matches.
Yeah, same
Let's
here.
see if he comes in here. Looks like on the way.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, GG.
Yeah, GG, dude. That was great.
You know, these things happen. I remember my very first marathon run of this game. It was for Chelney's Bring 'Em Over, and I think I put my estimate at 40 minutes, which you figure would be safe for somebody that gets like a 32, 33. And yeah, now I got like a 43, so it's good times. Good times.
Oh, that's sorry. Yeah, I was expecting this to be really, really bad. I haven't played in a few days. I've been really inconsistent, but oof. It's worse than I possibly could have imagined.
We're just talking about how quickly you learned the game, though.
Oh, that's a lie. I learned this game like so many years ago. I just re-picked it back up. So I'm a cheater.
So I do want to say good job getting that double hit on Magma in the first race.
Yeah.
I missed if there were any double hits in the second one.
No, that was only the first time I got lucky.
Yeah, you definitely have you have the victory in that department. I think everything else, I mean, like we were saying here, just burn the tape and move on from this one. I think you're going to do great in the other two matches.
Yeah, Darren Vile keeps memeing to me that I got to get that 38 because it's such a good time. And he keeps saying that over and over and over, and he knows nothing about this game. And,
Oh, man.
My first run was a 38, so that one's looking pretty good by comparison. So, yeah. Shout outs to base Darren Vile for hyping up the 38.
There it is, actually, is the comment in the first race, base Darren. Yeah, that's the 3809 in the first race. That kind of also had a little bit of plug trouble.
Yeah, I did
So,
plug stage twice that run instead of 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if there's any stage that could continually troll you, it's definitely gonna be plug. Those blacks can just get you in trouble sometimes. And
yeah, like
we've all
Wily
been
2,
there.
that and Splash sometimes with the skip. If you're just like really like ardent about it and you just want the good skip, you can just die to it over and over and over and over. I was doing that a lot in practice.
So, I mean, yeah, if there's anything else you wanted to say about it, because like I don't really want to belabor the point on this one. We've all had these races. Everybody's had a team that has had something happen.
No, I don't really mind. I've been speedrunning long enough to know that, you know, bad stuff like this happens all the time. It's whatever. Just gotta keep going, yeah.
You gonna
No
keep going
worries.
for all the same strats in the next race?
Yeah, probably. I just need to work on my consistency. I need to do more no resets. Already done like 40 of this game in the past month. I need to do like 40 more.
Although I gotta give you props. If you haven't watched 8-bit, he does these 9x9s.
Yeah, I stole the idea from Orsa a few years ago. He was doing that with
9x9.
MM8. Yeah, so I did 9x9.
Unreal. I could not play that game for that long. I get frustrated after this for a couple runs. So
My goal was to do
GGs.
9 times 9s, but I've only done 4 of them, so yeah.
You see
Yeah,
that
I mean,
a lot
you're
with
almost halfway
relay
there.
practice.
Yeah, almost.
A lot of the lower numbered games, you get the 2x2s, the 3x3s. Orsa will do an 8x8 here and there, but I don't know how many 9x9s have been done before this.
pretty sure he's the only one at this point that I know of. So
Whoever's running 11 in the relay needs to look out. That's all we're thinking now.
yeah, Ahmad, 11x11. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
This poor Rockman and Forte runner has to stop halfway through, I guess.
Yeah, I always do something silly like that with a lot of games, though, to try to just get consistency. Like, for X6, I do 6 runs. Like, that's not that bad. But for, like, yeah, for, like, 11, that would really suck. That would be awful.
I hear ya. I did 2 no reset runs and I was feeling pretty crappy about myself. So, you know, it is what it is.
I think the one that would get me would be the 8x8 because hearing jump, slide over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
It's more just the RNG, and it just takes, like, almost 8 hours.
Yeah.
So with that, did either of you have anything else, or?
No,
we'd
I
have
just want
wrap
to
this
say
up?
thank you very much for commentating. Thank you, Speed Gaming, for hosting the tournament. For those of you that want to join the Mega Man Classic and Discord, learn some Mega Man speedruns. It's a great community. We're really helpful. I mean, not just 9. You can learn any of the 12 classic Mega Man games. I know we only go to 11, but Rockman and Forte counts. Mega Man 9 actually proves that. So, yeah, no, thank you again to Speed Gaming. I'm so happy that this tournament is actually a thing. I wouldn't have imagined that this would have gone on, 6 months ago. So thank you to the community and everybody for supporting this, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, HJA, who actually did do a lot of the heavy lifting for getting this thing organized. Thanks again to Speed Gaming for letting us, fool around on their channels here, playing some Mega Man. Thanks, Stunt Rooster, for joining me here in the booth. I'm Mr. Cab, and of course, follow our runners, 8-Bit is Great, and HJA's channel. I think it's out there.
Oh, there we go. It's there.
There we go. We're plugging it there in chat. So, with that, I think we're going to bid everyone farewell from Dr. Wiley's Fabulous Casino in Bot Vegas. Next race in this tournament on the schedule right now, we have actually tomorrow, February 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Metroid Master in Pro Infernape. And at 8 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Time again, Slash Arbiter against some guy called Mr. Cab. I think I've heard of him. He's nothing special. Don't worry about it.
Dang.
Wow.
That's the match to be hyped about. TBH.
TBH.
5 years in the making. Let's go.
TBH. Myself and Slash Arbiter are the 2 and 3 seeds in our group, so that's going to be a match to see basically who moves. It's not guaranteed to be who moves on, but the odds are that is what that race is going to be. If you're looking at seedings, if you're looking for more Speed Gaming content, if you go over, if I'm looking at the schedule correctly, Speed Gaming 2 should be having a Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer race, and the Link to the Past randomizer daily race is on 3. Now, with that, I think we're at least going to sign off this tournament. That's all I've got. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
GM.